go ahead, sell me this pen. Today I'm going to teach you how to sell anything to anyone, anytime. Now, when it comes to selling, when it comes to closing, there's so many techniques and so many ways. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful secrets that you can use to sell anything to anyone. The very first secret is this. How do you turn something that's a commodity? How do you sell a product? How do you sell a service in such a noisy marketplace? Number 1, understand this. People don't buy because of logic. People buy because of emotion, and they justify it with logic. People buy based on emotions, and they justify it with logic. I want you to think of something that you want to buy in your life. It could be a car, it could be a house, it could be anything. Just want you to picture that. Once you have that in your mind, I want you to ask yourself this question. Why do you want to buy it? Why do you want to buy that particular item? Why do you want to own that item? Why is that? Maybe it's a new suit, it looks good on you. Maybe it's a new dress. Maybe it's a new car. Maybe it's a new house. Maybe it's that vacation. But why do you buy it? I want you to dig a little bit deeper. If you peer through the layers, I think you'll realize you're buying emotions. Maybe you buy the item because of greed. You want to make money or you want to save money. Or maybe it's because of generosity, that by buying this item is going to help other people. Have you noticed sometimes even there are companies out there, if you buy this particular product, they're going to donate a certain amount to charities? Maybe you buy because of generosity. Maybe because of shame, that if I don't buy this, I'll look foolish. If I don't own this, I'll look foolish. Or maybe it's fear, that if I don't buy this, I'm going to be missing out. I don't want to miss out. Maybe it's an escape, that you go on the vacation, your 9-to-5 job is driving you fucking crazy, and you say, oh man, I need some time off. Maybe doing it, buying it because of escape. Whatever those reasons are, those are very often emotional reasons. So you buy because of emotion, and you justify with logic. So think about when you're selling something to somebody. Are you just talking about features and benefits? What this thing would do for you? Or are you pushing those emotional hot buttons? I remember one time I was in Harry Rosen, which is a very well-known kind of menswear store, high-end in Vancouver. I walked into the store and I was walking by the Tom Ford section. And the salesman approached me and said, sir, is there anything I can help you with? I said, no, I'm just browsing around. And he said, do me a favor. Put this suit on. Now, at the time, I've never owned a Tom Ford suit before. I have a lot of suits, but I don't have a Tom Ford suit. He said, do me a favor, put this on. I said, all right. I put it on. He said, how do you feel? Well, it feels pretty good. I said, okay, also try this on. Put on this tuxedo. I said, okay, that's pretty good. He said, oh, it looks great. He said, sir, are you a fan of James Bond? I said, who isn't a fan of James Bond? Like, duh. He said, you see this suit right here, this tuxedo, is the exact suit, exact same design as James Bond wears in Casino Royale. You know the scene when he was gambling? I said, fuck, it looks good, right? And before you know it, I bought the damn fucking tuxedo, right? And it's a lot of money, costs a lot of money. And if you think about that, what am I buying? I'm buying emotions. What I'm buying is this. I'm buying when I wear this tuxedo, I feel good. As a James Bond fan, I feel like James Bond. Even logically, I know this, of course, is not James Bond. I'm not James Bond. But emotionally, it takes me there. This is cool that I own, I wear the same tuxedo, the same fit, right? The same everything. And then he upsold me on the damn, the shirt and the cufflink, the whole 9 yard, right? That's what I'm talking about. People buy because of emotions and they justify with logic. You have to understand that. Don't push your products. Don't just push your services. Don't push the features and benefits. Think about what are those emotional hot buttons that you're pushing. Number 2, people don't buy their way into something. They buy their way out of something. It means people very often they're buying something because they have a problem they want solved. They want to buy their way out of that problem. People don't buy the drill. They want a hole on the wall. So what is it that you are helping them solve? What problem? What is it? What is that thing? You have to understand. So I always say the amount of money that you make is in direct proportion to how deep you understand your marketplace's pain. The amount of money you make is in direct proportion of how deep you go, how much you understand your marketplace's pain. So you have to understand what it is, what are the pains that people have, and how can you help them relieve some of that pain. So think about that. Number 3, people don't buy products and services, they buy stories. Because when there are so many choices out there in the marketplace, on the internet, any product that you want, there are hundreds and hundreds of choices. How do you stand out? How do you add emotions to a commodity, a pen? What's the difference between a $2 pen like this or an $800 Mont Blanc John F. Kennedy limited edition exclusive pen? $800 pen. It's the same pen. It has the same functions. Story. When you add story to an item, suddenly when you add the John F. Kennedy, the president's story attached to a brand, to a logo, it is 10 times more valuable. It is 100 times more valuable. It is 300 times more valuable, that particular pen. All because the story, it writes the same. A $2 pen you can write too. That's the difference. So think about what's the story? How can you inject stories into everything that you do? Maybe it's your origin story. How did you get started? Why do you do what you do? What are also stories of your customers? I just launched a new YouTube channel. You can click on the link below. I'll put a link below in the description. You can check it out. It's the Dan Lok Global Community on YouTube. It has nothing to do with the program that I teach. It has everything to do with stories. It's stories from my students, what they have learned, their background, their stories. It has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with the program that I run. It has nothing to do with that but stories. It's other people's stories, other people's success stories. So where are you using stories in your marketing, in your business? How else can you use stories? Remember, facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. So comment below. Tell me, based on these 3 secrets, how will you sell me this pen? Go ahead, comment below, sell me this pen.